just open up the session by welcoming all our elders who have joined us on the Elder Hour. As all of you know, we've been celebrating Elder Hour for more than 1.5 months now. And from 15th of June onwards, it's been a complete marathon doing Elder Hour every day from Tuesday to Saturday. And it is always a pleasure to bring in topics and bringing aspects and discussions which are of daily relevance. So, my dear elders, we have a very, very special guest today with us on the show. It is somebody who I have a lot of deep respect for, and somebody who has, in the elder care field, made a name and a lot of recognition by the kind of work and coverage that she's been doing in the sector. Gaurav, if I could request you to have everybody put in on the panel.
Yes, sir, I'm doing.
Thank you. So, my dear elders, I have the pleasure to introduce you to Malini Goyalji, who's with us on the session today. Malini, thank you so much for joining us on the session today. Really a huge honor and a pleasure to have you with us on the show, and to really bring the power of what you represent for all of us. Just so that all of us at the show knows who we are discussing with. So Malini has been a business journalist for over 25 years. Are you completing 25 years, Malini, this year?
It will be around 28 years, 27, 28 years. It's been a long ride.
God. Wow. So this is quite a long career spanning 25, 27 years, and this is a very illustrious journalism career. And Malini has been with media publications like Economic Times, India Today, Forbes India magazine, and I think a brief stint at Seattle Post-Intelligencer in the US. Malini, this one was really interesting. So you must share with us in the show about that Seattle Post-Intelligencer in the US. It caught my attention, and I thought I will reserve this question for you during the show. And for all our viewers, her writing is very deep. So I've been reading, things that Malini has been written. She's a long form specialist, and she's been writing a lot of articles with a lot of deep insights and perspectives on a range of issues. And over the years, I think what I find is that her expertise is to write in unfamiliar territories. Correct, Malini?
Yes, Swamijit, you've got it.
things which are out of the ordinary, and then kind of getting into it and becoming an expert on that particular topic. So I don't know, Malini, if you would obviously know, but when I was researching a little bit, I realized that the August 2018 article that you wrote in the Times of India on the new elder in the country, is pretty much 3 years back. And recently, as most of you know, Malini did a beautiful article on the young 70s, and recently got coverage. So has been doing a lot of very interesting work form on the senior forms itself. Malini's parents stay at Ashiana Utsav in Bhiwadi, and recently have also gone through, like many of us have gone through, COVID-related challenges. And both at the time when they were joining Ashiana and now during the COVID period, I would request Malini to share her own stories of what it took.
I will.
But just to complete her introduction, she's somebody who has been an alumnus of Delhi University, where she completed an MA in Ancient Indian History. And in her free time, Malini loves to indulge in reading, meeting people, conversations, morning walks, yoga, and Vipassana. But really, the most interesting thing which I found, is to say that, when you say that you like to push yourself into unfamiliar territories, exploring, learning, and then mastering new sectors and themes. My first question to you, Malini, is just, before we open up, is how did you find elder care as a subject to become an expert on and write upon, compared to many sectors that you've covered? You've covered so many different forms, from auto to work experiences, market. why elder care and how elder care? Maybe if you could start with that, and anything that you would like to also inform all of us from your
Sure,
introduction standpoint.
Swamiji. Thank you so much for such a good introduction, such a deep introduction. And probably separately, I'll sort of talk a little bit about my journey, but just answering your question on why elder care. So of course, some of it is vested interest, right? You see your parents, and for a journalist, I think most of the time story ideas come out of interactions with people, and at least my story ideas come out of that. I look at job market very closely, and also I look at many other markets very closely. So most of the stories come out of that, and the senior stories actually came out of that. And I remember around 5 years back, and I didn't know at all anything about senior living at that point of time. And I had somebody mentioned about Ashiana Bhiwadi, and I made a visit there, and I wanted to interview some seniors, just trying to understand how they are coping with technology at that point of time. That was the trigger. And I definitely saw my parents kind of struggle with it. My dad is around 80, 82, and my mom is around 74. So they're relatively old, but at that point of time they were struggling, and I was also experiencing that they were very lonely. They stayed close to me, and we were trying to spend as much time with them. But our daily job, we have our own family commitments. I have a son to look after. At that point of time, he was very small. And I realized that my parents felt very lonely. The trigger was from, different things at different points of time. And I happened to visit Ashiana Bhiwadi. And the conversation there at that point of time, something told me everybody felt very happy there. And I would have interviewed 10, 15 odd people, and I didn't feel that it was all fudged up. People were genuinely very happy. So at that point of time, when I came back, we were discussing this, and I told my dad that at some point of time I would want to sort of move into a place like that. And my parents sort of said, what is this place that we also want to see? And that's how they came, stayed at Bhiwadi Ashiana for like 2 days, and they decided to move in there. And they moved since then, and they've been very, very happy. So coming back to the point, Swamijit, I digressed. Most of the stories emanate out of that, either out of lived experience or interactions with people, and you realize there's something that's happening. It could be a random conversation with people. It could be reading, all that. So I'm going to pause here.
So nice. So when you picked up elder care as a subject, the recent article that you picked up talks about how it starts from your own parents and their COVID experiences, and how Malini mentions in a very beautifully written article about how post-COVID she saw her parents change in their experience by becoming more happy to be amongst elders, amongst the a community of elders who can relate with their thinking process. And at Mo TV, this family that you see here, a lot of familiar faces, whether it is Mandilwarji, Kalpuri, Savita auntie, Neelam auntie, Avinash uncle, Malini, these are all our wonderful elders who are part of our community. Renu auntie is here, Bhamri uncle is here, Professor Anjan is here. So I'll call upon, and we'll keep this a little discussion oriented. Gaurav, maybe if you could just unmute everybody as well, so that we can keep it more of a discussion. And really the theme of today is to look at, if you look at aging, a lot of people look at it from a challenge standpoint, that it's challenging, there's a lot of difficulties, there's a lot of things that become a problem. We would like to look at it slightly differently, that is it really a challenge or is it an opportunity? Each of us on this call have experienced aging from your own standpoint. And I know that most of the people on this call have re-attired themselves. Having known many people on this call itself, Malini, a lot of my uncles and aunties here have taken it upon themselves to play new roles, do new things, become more experienced in the kind of things that we do. So, hopefully we'll have a engaged conversation about some of the points which are relevant to us as we age. But before we start, maybe Malini, if you could share as part of your study as well as your own story, what are your top concerns for your parents? You're a daughter, your parents are there, basis concerns, you found some solution, whether it is moving into a senior living or being part of an IMOHA community, online virtual community. There are various solutions which are there. But what were the concerns that you felt are relevant concerns that bothered you concerned you as a daughter?
One of the biggest thing was, peer group, socializing, right? If you are not living in a senior living community and you are living outside, you are always on the fringes of the society, and I feel that where I'm living, right? Things are not geared towards them. या तो घरें ऐसी बनी पड़ी हैं कि उनके हिसाब से नहीं है. Sometimes हमारे यहाँ पर lift नहीं काम करता है, and I know that seniors are kind of struggling with that. Or even just that, things that we organize. Annual day we organize in the campus that we live in. So it is not gearing towards that. So one is that life and lifestyle does not cater to the needs of seniors, right? They may be old, but it's not that they don't want to live life. They want to live a different kind of life. So that's one. Second is, I think, the peer group, which is extremely important. It's important at every stage of life, but it's especially important in old age when, you're not actively working, you're not busy with a day job, all that. So that was true even for my parents. And third is, especially in India, that many of the parents who've lived all their lives bringing up their children, that they did not live their own life well, right? They were just so busy. There was little financial bandwidth or time bandwidth. की फुर्सत ही नहीं थी, और बहुत सारे विश लिस्ट में बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो वो करना चाहते हैं, वो कर नहीं पाए हैं. तो मुझे लगता है a whole lot of them also are at a stage where they want to fulfill at least some of those wishes. At least in my mom, I saw that, she had so many desires, so many things. She got married at the age of 16. Then she had children. Then she had all of us to bring up. Then our marriage, our children. She never lived for herself. So I felt that this was the time to completely rethink how she wants to live. And because now that they have moved there, so all those things that I'm talking about seems to have been taken care of. So there are challenges there, but I think it's a win-win because we are close by. I'm just 1.5, 2 hours away from them. So if there is ever a need, I go or they come. They come almost every month. तो वो होता है कि बच्चों को मिस कर रहे हैं, तो वो नहीं होता है उनके साथ, क्योंकि हम लोग आना जाना लगा रहता है. And plus they have their space, they have their community, they have everything. So from that point of view, I find it's such a great solution, at least for me. I'm mentally at peace because they're there.
Malini, so I'm putting Renu Aunty and Professor Ranjan on the spot along with ourselves. Renu Aunty and Professor Ranjan has been there, literally from the beginning, and as we discussed, we'll get more of our family members also in the call. But this is a very unique opportunity because we have our elders also in the call, and Renu Auntie's son Rahul is a very good friend, and he takes care of all. We've never had any legal matters, but he ensures that we never have any legal matters. And Rahul is such an expert on law and legalities and compliances and everything like that. So Renu Auntie, this whole point that as children, our concerns, Malini mentioned 3 points which are very relevant. Lifestyle, our city is not designed for elders. Our life is not designed for elders. We don't get to really spend time in our peer groups. And third is, I think, so relevant that
but as
we lose
Malini
ourselves.
Sorry.
So Renu Auntie, what do you want to add to this particular point?
as Malini is talking about this place Bhiwadi thing, I have a first-hand experience because one of my aunts in my in-law side, she was there. She's got two daughters. One is here in India, the other one is in Australia. But she was so happy with it. She was so happy with it. And even the children, they were very happy about it. And they would have, like, they were having satsang, they were playing cards, they were playing a couple of times. I got a chance to talk to her on a video call. She was really extremely happy. But sometimes, so socially we feel, the children feel committed. What will the people say? Parents ko old home mein dal diya. But I think it has a very beautiful environment. And even if your children are here, they are so busy in their lives, they have no time for you. Not that they don't want to do it, but they are extra busy in their lives, and you can't take that away from them. But again, that's social taboo. And also the parents, they feel that, they put us here. But I think it's a hitch. Once if they move in there and they see the intent and they see, what's happening over there, how much activity, because they have like-minded people, same age people. Ghar mein to kya hoega? They'll keep maids for you. They'll keep help, attendants. That's it. You're surrounded by servants and helps. Otherwise, no personal attention. They'll come late at night, sit with you for 5 minutes, and then they're ready to go. Early morning also, they're ready to go for office, and you can't take that away from them. So I think that's a wonderful idea.
Absolutely.
May I button?
In 2015, I remember when my parents said they wanted to move. मैं आपको बताऊं, तो तब at least the men folk in the family were very upset. They said, "No, how can mummy papa move there? And it's not good, it's not right." But we daughters were absolutely aligned, and we said, if mummy papa feel they are happy there, they should move, and they can stay on rent and see if they like it, then they'll buy a house. And there is always a halfway thing. If they don't like it, they can come back.
I think for the sons, it's more, KG, what will they say? Daughter-in-law ne nahi rakha. It's more for the daughter-in-law.
These were son-in-laws because my parents have only daughters. But still, there was this thing that, mummy papa ko aise kaise bhej sakte hain. But now, surprisingly, all of them know and feel that they are happy there. And then come around to that. So, which is a big transition. I think mental block hota hai hamara, ek tradition chali aa rahi hai. But I think the world has changed. And we have to understand today's world. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
If I see any elder who's alone, I always suggest them, you must go to an elder home. Don't take it as an ashram. Don't call it as an ashram or, I would suggest, I have a few people who are all alone, singles, and they are living, they're old. So I tell them, I said, just move to an elder home and you'll be well taken care of.
So, go ahead, Anand, please.
After you, Samajit. After you.
So it's so amazing. Over the weekend I spoke to about 20 children, and obviously these are, in some ways, these are people who want to be part of Emoha. And at Emoha we don't, you stay at your own home like all of you. But somehow I feel that the same thing, moving into an elder home or a senior living, is even more a bigger trauma, right? It's a shift and an opportunity into having a place where everything is taken care of and so on. Not everybody can, afford to do it. Not everybody can actually manage to do it. But, the challenge is that, and that's where the topic comes in about ageism, that even to be part, even to recognize that you need an elder care support, even to have that notion that, to have an Emoha also attached to it, sometimes for sons and daughters, it becomes a little difficult. So there is actually a little, little iceberg further below, which needs to compute better, which needs better media, better communication. And that's where, experts like Malini, friends like Malini for the industry are able to bring it that it's absolutely okay to move into a senior living or to stay in your own home and have the right support systems because you owe it to yourself. But I want to hear Professor Anjan say something and then open it up to Subhashji, and I know Bhamrij uncle also was wanting to say something. So the topic that I'm saying right now, and we'll move across different topics, but it's really about concerns. क्या वो concerns है, ऐसे वो क्या concerns हैं आपके बच्चों के? What were the concerns that you had? Because I have had one-on-ones with many of you over the last year or so. Malini mentioned a few concerns. What do you think are the typical concerns your children have for you? Which the industry or which solution needs to be created. Prof. Sanjay.
I'd like to begin by first sharing with you my role as a son some years ago. You see, I used to work in Delhi and my parents used to stay in Patna. So all my working life. As my father grew old and he was bedridden towards the end, I would go frequently, as frequently as I could. So one day he said that, look, you have to promise me something. So I started joking with him. I said, look, what is this? You're getting me to promise something and without telling me what it is about. He said, no, no, no. And then I realized he was being serious. So I quieted down and I said, okay, tell me what it is. So then he said something which went as follows. He said that, look, one of us, meaning my mother and he, would go first. And he said that you have to make a promise not to shift the living parent from Patna to Delhi.
I remember you had said this story.
And I said, but look, how can I promise? Because it will depend on various things. He said, no, no, nothing doing. You must promise. So as it happened, my father went first and my mother stayed on for some more years. She stayed alone. Everyone would tell me, why are you shifting back and forth? I was literally looking for an opportunity to go to Patna, something that would give me, you see, you can't go on leave. So what you can do is take on an assignment which places you in Patna. And Patna is not a place which is happening as such. So I would go and people knew that I was desperate for a trip to Patna. So they would call me and I would go. And I'd look after. It was really difficult. But looking back, I'm so happy I did that instead of forcing my mother to come and stay with me in Delhi. You see, now, given my situation, I have my son. They stay in Bangalore. Now, there was a time when we used to go about twice a year, and my son would often come on some work or the other to Delhi, and it would be a great joy because we could all meet up. But now what is happening is that because of the pandemic, all his meetings are on Zoom like we are doing, so he doesn't have to come to Delhi. You see, the technology has developed. So, and of course, it's not safe either. And we have also not been going anywhere for the last 2 years. So we don't get to meet, but we get to chat. They were here in February for our anniversary. So that was great. I think, Renuji just said that, look, moving into an assisted kind of living would be the right thing to do. Let me say that what attracted me to Imoha a couple of years ago was the fact that you would assist me in living the kind of life I want. Now, there comes a time when things break down, right? I'm talking about times when we are able to do things we are able to move about and so on, but we do need assistance. You know, one of the biggest things that I felt quite angry about is the fact that there are certain things that I could have done, let's say 10 years ago, which I can't do any longer, just physically not possible. I can't stand for far too long in a queue. And I get hassled if you tell me that you go here or you go there. And those are things that I've done all my life. So assistance is important. Also living. I have lived all my life in a campus, and I continue to do so today. Now, campus living is kind of different. You have to adjust to various rules and so on, and you can't do whatever you like with your living quarters. But if things go wrong, there's an electrician who comes and fixes. There is a plumber.
Support system. There's a support system that is there.
That is built into your living, kind of. And that continues. I think that was the smartest thing I did, was to choose staying on in a campus. I probably was not very smart because I chose Gurgaon, which is rather expensive, chosen some other place. But still, I mean, you can't win them all. So I think you need support. And the problem is that, like others, older people are also quite unique. You can't have one program for everyone, right?
Correct.
So each one needs
A unique set of support systems.
Yeah, I mean, it's my support system may not be the same. Not yours, Somajit. You're much younger. You don't need any support. You're the one providing for us. So, but that's what I meant. So it has to be a flexible kind of system.
You can tweak it, you can customize it as per your needs.
Exactly. As soon as you say that this, you see, I'll tell you, there's a, I went to school in Patna. So it was St. Xavier's. And St. Xavier's has a very effective alumni network. And there are people from St. Xavier's, Patna, they're all over the place. It was a very good school. And there was someone who was years senior to me. I think I passed out school in 1960, and this gentleman passed out in 1950, perhaps. So 10 years senior in school is really quite a lot. So he used to stay in Noida, and then he retired, and then he moved to Bhiwadi or somewhere where there is this Ashiana thing.
The same place where Malini's parents are there.
Oh, where your parents are. And he said, Ranjan, you have to come and stay. And somehow, you see, what happened, it didn't work out very well. I mean, he was very happy, but you see, what happened is that his wife died, and he himself passed away. So I did not really get there. Well, I'm very happy so long as things continue the way they are.
Yeah, so Professor, I think coming back to Malini, I think you're right. I think the aspects like what Renu, Auntie, and Mr. Anjan also mentioned is about concerns, but I want to take it back to the topic that you had brought in your article, and a lot about this whole concept of ageism, and a concept and a notion around as one ages, it is like a taboo subject. Should one go for elder care? Should one have support systems in elder care? Is it really required? Am I doing something wrong by having, as a son or a daughter? Is it becoming a problem that I have an elder care linked with my support system? How many of us, for example, in this group go out and say proudly that, oh, you know what, I have a Moha elder care? Or how many people in Ashiana say I am part of Ashiana elder care? Is it a taboo? Why is it a taboo? Maybe Malini, if you could start, and then we could open up to some other members as well. In your research, when you were writing the article, did you find this continuing to be a taboo?
Over the last 5 years, Swamijit, things have changed a bit.
Changed.
And I'm hearing that now, particularly post-pandemic, there is a bit of rethink. I do see a difference in the way North India looks at this versus South India. I think there is far more acceptance down south, because I think the tradition of senior living campuses there is far more there than in the North India.
That's true.
So some of those things are there. So, and also, what you were mentioning, Professor Anjan, that different things, people are at different stages of life, different things. There's no one size fit all. So for some people, just staying at home and IMOHA kind of thing would work well. Sometimes for some people, getting into senior living would work well. I think there are 2-3 things that I feel probably is a good way to look at it. One is that if parents themselves want to move or not. If they don't want to move and you're forcing them to move, then it's a no-no. I mean, so, and many times there is this mental block parents have, and sometimes mental block that children have. Children are easier to deal with on this, but if parents have a mental block, it's very hard to do it. And I know there are people here in my campus, they have that, I can see it. Oh, you've sent your mom to senior living and you know where they're coming from, right? So they have this mental block. So unless they get over that, it's very difficult to deal with it. So yeah, but now I think I see a lot of change. Also, what has happened is in pandemic, while we were so focused on the challenges of getting COVID, I think many of us don't realize the mental challenges that it brings up. Loneliness, depression, not being able to meet your friends. I mean, we are working and yet we are missing that part, right? We are not able to meet face to face. I know my older people would have far more challenges, far more loneliness, far more depression. We can watch whatever serial we want. We are digitally savvy, so we can do all kinds of things. But the seniors have a bigger challenge, and many people in my circle have begun to realize the problem that their parents are dealing with because they are not able to travel. Earlier, as he was mentioning that earlier kids would meet them like twice, thrice in a year. अब वो बच्चे भी नहीं आ रहे, तो वो सब मुश्किल चलता है. I think there is now a shift in attitude. I definitely see a shift in attitude now.
And Malini, do you see this taboo? You said that this taboo is coming down. As somebody who's been covering this sector and speaking to, I'm sure, hundreds of people as a very senior journalist. The voice of the nation comes out on the newspaper. That's how I like to say it. And I have seen in the last 12 months across media, whether it is Times of India, Hindustan Times, Indian Express, Mint. There is a lot of coverage. You're right, a lot of coverage on COVID per se, but there is also increasingly a lot of coverage on mental wellness, emotional well-being. When we at IMOHA, we say emotional happiness for elders. How are we keeping our elders happy? Are they engaged? Are they relevant? Are they doing something? Are they reinventing their life? Because, are you stuck in your past or are you trying to reinvent the past? So would like to hear from anybody else in the group. Do you see it's a taboo? Do you see that, when you talk about,
but
मंडलवर जी मैं आपके पास आता हूँ. So question ये है कि जब आप सोचते हैं कि आपने IMOHA एल्डर केयर लिया है या कोई सीनियर लिविंग में जाता है, कोई भी एल्डर केयर सर्विसेज लेते हैं, तो क्या ये एक फीलिंग ऑफ डिफेंसिवनेस से आती है या एक फीलिंग ऑफ प्राइड से आती है? जब कोई एक नई चीज खरीदता है तो they feel very proud about it, that I have bought a whatever fancies. But does it feel like it's a taboo, or does it feel like it's something which is inspirational? Mandalvaji, you were wanting to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Uncle, आपका वीडियो अब
yeah. अब ये ठीक है?
बिल्कुल.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I wanted to speak about myself, how I have come out from my depression. About 4 or 5 years back, when my wife expired, and after that I was in very bad condition of depression. And I took the help of certain doctors. They gave me some medicines. But due to that one, there was dyskinesia. Dyskinesia means I could not speak. ये जो gums वगैरह जो है stuck up कर गया था, and I was not able to speak at all. And my condition was so bad, and I was terribly, about 25 years, 26 years back, I had retired from Indian Oil Corporation from a very high position, and I used to speak very much. I was so much perturbed, what I will do, I don't know. In that condition, I have got one son and one daughter. My son, he's in the States. So he came immediately and he took me to USA. And in USA, the doctors saw me, MRI was done and all sorts of testing and other things were done. And they told me, then you stop all those medicines. Due to these medicines, your condition is so bad. Then I stopped all those medicines, and then I went for that speech therapy. Slowly and slowly, I was able to speak. Then this pandemic that started, I had only visa for 6 months, but I couldn't come. All the planes were stuck up. I came back after about 10 months back to India. And then I took a challenge myself. I will come out from this one, and slowly I started. Previously, I used to sing, but in the meantime, I have stopped that one. I started singing. After singing, and in that condition, I will tell you, Ritu has helped me. Ritu told me in one of the meetings, no, you sing your song. And first of all, I sang on that day. I was so happy.
After that, I remember that day, Mandelwalji. Malini, Ritu is
And
our
he
head of
sings so
operations.
beautifully.
Then I started speaking also. With the speech therapist, they told me that you stand before the mirror, take newspaper or anything, and you start speaking. I started speaking. Previously, I was not going for any or any speech or anything. But slowly I started. And now I can speak, I can take speech in everything.
Absolutely.
And what is my routine? I get up at 4 o'clock in Brahma Muhurt. From 4:30 to 5 o'clock, I go for meditation. From 5 to 5:30, pranayam. After that, yoga. And then at 7 o'clock, I go for walking. That means about 2.5 hours. I am busy in the morning. And after that, when I come back, I don't take tea. I have left tea, coffee, everything. I take only kadha made of giloi, tulsi, adra, kali mirch, etc. And I took in the morning. I have taken now also. For coffee, tea, I have left. And exercise I can do just like a young man. And you will be surprised to know I have started dancing, dance class. Yeah. And of late I have started painting. This is my new hobby.
Wow.
That's so sweet. तो मंडल जी एक बात बताइए, ये taboo क्यों है? Why is it considered a taboo to have elder care support? अब आपने a lot of people find कि when I specifically speak to sons and daughters जो लड़के हैं या even elders, sometimes they shy away. They don't want to say that हमने support लिया है. Support लेने में क्यों एक taboo होती है?
No, sons and daughters, they told me to come there. But then when I started here, and I am living alone, but I can do everything, even cooking. In cooking, I do experimentation. And dietitian, they have taught us so much here. So many things I start cooking, and I get delight from that one. I'm so happy. And I feel always I'm laughing. You can see all the paper.
So somewhere I think
I'm happy. So
नहीं,
no problem
मंडल
at
जी
all.
आपकी खुशी को देख के ना, एंड रेनू आंटी विल
मेरी उम्र 85 है अभी.
बिल्कुल
I am
बिल्कुल
85 years.
some of us who are older members who have been with Imoha for many months now will remember Mandelwal ji जब शुरू में join किए थे, and you know he was with us. My God, there is so much change and so much positivity. God
There
bless
is,
you, uncle.
absolutely.
May you rise and shine, and you know as long as you're there, stay happy and smiling. जैसे आप
Swamijit,
कभी हैं.
Anurag ki class mein, he's the only one who's standing up and doing all the exercises.
Oh wow,
Anurag bhi baith jata hai, but he's the only one who's standing up and doing it seriously.
so sweet. But coming back,
मैं हंसता रहता हूँ, खुश रहता हूँ.
बिल्कुल
बस.
अंकल ऐसे ही रहना है, ऐसे ही रहना है.
और इसका समय में लोग कहते हैं क्या कि कैसे बाहर से निकले, कैसे क्या करें. मैं क्या करता था मालूम है? मैं गाड़ी उठाता था, गाड़ी लेकर के निकल जाता था. 10-15 किलोमीटर ऐसे ही अपना घूम करके म्यूजिक बजा देता था, ऐसे चला देता था, घूम घाम करके मस्ती में चलाता था. बस. और क्या करना है?
Very nice. But coming back, Malini, why the taboo? What is the root cause, and how can this change? You know, this is. I'll also pick up a point on technology, but is there a taboo? Why is there a taboo, and how can we change it?
I think traditions are very difficult to change.
Yes.
वो जमाने से चला आ रहा है कि बच्चे के साथ रहना है. तो अब बच्चे भी क्या है कि आजकल if you see the family setup, one there is nuclearization. बच्चे शादी नहीं कर रहे हैं, एक तो वो भी increasingly tendency है, and also I think people are increasingly getting used to their own spaces. So why the taboo? Taboo is also, of course, because of traditions. We have been doing this for centuries, so it takes time to change. So and we are taking time to change. But
नहीं, बच्चे के साथ जब ये नहीं था, उसमें तो हर एक साल हम चले जाते थे. कभी यूएसए चले गए, कभी माय डॉटर शी इज इन दुबई, तो कभी दुबई चले गए, कभी यूएसए चले गए, ऐसे घूमते रहते थे हम. लेकिन अभी इसके चलते करीब 1.5 साल हो गया, 1.5 साल से कहीं नहीं जा सके हैं. लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है, बात करते रहते हैं, खुश रहते हैं.
Very nice. So what we're
थोड़ा बहुत
saying is,
taboo
it is
तो
a-
बदल गया है.
and one area I see taboo changing also is generational. So many of us are now in our 50s, and I see the way we look at our old age, is very different than our parents. We want our space. We have planned our lives. There are things that we want to do when we turn 60. So we are not thinking we are going to stay with our children.
Correct.
वो हमारे दिमाग में है ही नहीं. There is no expectation. So our expectations from our senior life is very different. So there is this generational shift which is also happening. And these people are looking at it very differently. And you will see that happening going forward.
Correct.
Yeah, Malini, if you don't mind, I would like to just say something.
Yes, Asha aunty.
Somajit, if you allow me, please.
Go ahead, Asha aunty, please.
You see, I'll tell you, Somajit, that I've seen there is a great difference in West and in India. Like at the moment also, I'm in UK actually spending some time with my elder son. And I've got a friend actually who stays in Wolverhampton, and she's running her own old people home. And I visit her every time I come here, I visit her. And I would be going in few days' time to again visit her. I see the old people homes, they are so well established, so clean, and it is just like 5-star hotels actually, I would say. Each one has got their own room with nice paintings, and there's a dietitian coming every day, there is a doctor there, and they take them even to an extent that they take them in the wheelchairs for shopping to Marks and Spencer or all these places to select their own cardigan. Even a person who's 90-year-old, they are taken to all these stores to select their own jumpers and things like that. And ladies are putting on nail polishes, so these, and they are playing tombola, they are just all sitting in a big drawing room watching TV together. So the thing is, I feel society here, they know their parents are very well looked after. So and parents and children are all working, they have no time. So they accept this fact that once they are elderly, they can't look after themselves. So it is better if you put them in the old people home. At least they are looked after. They are not lonely, While in India, because we always had the joint family system, and we have been always staying with our children, and children are supposed to look after, the parents, and but now lately I've seen there are so many working women, they really have no time for the for the in-laws. It's not that they don't want to, but they have no
Practicality.
time. So
Practically, it
slowly,
is difficult.
gradually, here also, I'm sure people will accept this fact that if there are nice old people home, where they can weekly or monthly, they can go and visit them. They visit on their birthdays, and they can bring them home also, on festivals. I'm sure they'll start accepting this.
Correct.
But
Ashanti,
there are very
wait.
nice elder
Yeah.
homes here. I've been to
Yeah.
Max Antara in Dehradun se aage jo hai. It's so
Right.
beautifully done up. It is
Yeah,
a place worth seeing.
Renuji, if many more will come like this, I'm sure parents,
There are
children
many
will
more.
accept.
There, even this
Yeah.
Ashiana is very nice.
I've heard so.
But
So-
this
I've heard
Antara
so.
is a place to just go and
That's
visit.
what I'm saying. If children know our parents are comfortable, then they're looked after, I'm sure they'll accept it,
Correct. So I think
Yeah.
the debate is not about whether homes are there or not. I have had the privilege to, pretty much from conceptualization to commissioning the whole Antara project in Dehradun. And the reason why in some ways Imoha got started was this whole notion that हम अपने घर में ज़्यादा खुश रहेंगे. Obviously, if there is somebody who wants to move into a senior living facility, it is always preferred. But what we are saying is that elders are not about just consuming and only about care. Elders are also about post 60s. It's also about doing new things. It's also about, like Malini mentioned in an article, about learning dancing. अभी मांडरवाल जी ने कितना अच्छा से बोला कि अभी dancing सीख रहे हैं, अभी
Very
गाना
good,
सीख रहे हैं,
yeah.
अभी नई चीजें सीख रहे हैं. So
Yeah.
how is elder care an opportunity? Can maybe Avinash uncle, could you wanted to say something about that, and followed by Bhamri uncle? How is elder care an opportunity rather than looking at only diseases and bimari? वो तो है, that is part of life. Even at my age, there are small little ailments that are there with me as well. I know every passing year something or the other will come. Opportunity कैसे? How are we looking at elder care as an opportunity? Avinash uncle.
This is Avinash from Calcutta. I
Yes,
stay in
sir.
a very privileged city where we talk of great amount of culture and refinement and people being very close to each other. So I've been very fortunate. I actually know Somajit's dad used to work in Eastern India.
That's right.
I have a different concept that I'm very different. I spent some time with Imoha, and what I learned, what Somajit said, that he's replicating a family. The person doesn't miss his family. He creates one. Now, as we get older, we become stubborn. But you need to be flexible. When you use the word retire, you never retire. You were tired yesterday. How can you be tired again? It's just that you've left your professional life and you started your new life. When we were working, we had no time. Now we have all the time. And people say, like I do gymming for 1 hour. The swimming has started, so I started swimming. And I'm only 29 with 50 years of experience. Maybe next year I'll touch another year. But I feel much younger. Age is just an attitude. And there's so many opportunities. When this pandemic took place and lockdown was there, it was a lockup. It gives you an opportunity to improve your health and improve your skills. This is a great time to improve your skills. How can you feel lonely? There's such beautiful people. I mean, what happens is as you get older, very important thing is, takes a child 2 years to learn how to speak. But takes a person his entire life to learn what not to speak. Because words before they are spoken are under your control. After you speak, you're under their control. Why interfere with anyone? It's actually your attitude and not your aptitude which determines your altitude. And where you reach is exactly. And what Somajit has said, and I've talked so many, I've been very fortunate that every Sunday evening at 7 o'clock, we meet our schoolmates. And the schoolmates over 70 years. Amitabh Bachchan is also a part of it, but he doesn't have time to talk to us. I mean, he says, I'll send all the money. But the defense secretary, the telecom secretary, this person, lieutenant general in the army, and then the police commissioner, Ajay Raj Sharma, and a lot of people. We're all very close. So we vomit out what we did and collaborate. I mean, when you talk, then you talk something what you know. But if you listen, you learn something what you don't know. So keep your mouth shut. And this has been a fabulous platform to make people feel that you've got a family here. What he said, a person wants to stay in his own house. And if there is a problem, there's a phone call. 5 people are there. And this platform of making clubs is giving an opportunity to elders to reinvent themselves, how to work as a team. No company wants heroes. You have to think out of the box. You don't get your salary just because you're employed. How can you make your owners earn money? And if you can do that, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that extra, nothing great. And you can rise from any level to any part just by passion. You see, the Bengal was the best place in the whole country, but the fire in the belly is missing. Only paranoid people survive, people who are unsatisfied. You can't be satisfied with 2 meals and a salary. So this is a great opportunity, and I'm a great advocate of Somajit. He's done a fabulous job.
Avinash, thank you so much. This is really, it's not me, it's all of you. And the very statement that aging is an opportunity is symbolized, and all of you are living testimonies to the fact that how all of you are reinventing yourself and re-attiring yourself, right? Malini, back to you. You've done a lot of research on technology and technology usage. If technology were not to be there, Avinash sitting out of Calcutta, many of us sitting in Delhi and different parts of the world would not have been able to come together, right? In your research and in your journalistic adventures, if I were to say, how do you find technology seeping in? How do you find technology changing elders' life? What is your conclusion and thoughts that came out?
There are 2 parts to it. One is, of course, it has enabled what we are able to do right now, Zoom call, video call, all that. But there is a digital divide as well. There are, and especially so if you are older and you're not able to handle technology. And I see it in my own home. So my dad just does not want to use a feature phone. So he doesn't, he has a smartphone, but he struggles with it. He still believes in having a passbook. My mom is on the other side of the divide. My mom does YouTube, Zoom, she does all that. And you can see the digital divide and how it kind of separates people who are comfortable with it and people who are not. In fact, I also see a strong opportunity for businesses if they can cater to this segment, enabling little things from, producing a cell phone, which is senior friendly, to a range of other products and services and that can cater to this segment. So I don't know if this segment is critical enough in terms of size and in terms of their consumptive demand, but there is definitely a need. So it's a double-edged sword. While on one hand, it has opened up a range of opportunities like Zoom call, video call, all that able to do. They are able to engage and see the world through internet, YouTube. But there is the other side. There are people who are not able to bridge that divide and they're not able to sort of use it. So they feel very left out in this world. So yeah.
Malini, would you like to ask regarding technology a question to all of us? This is obviously a very live session. So is there something you would like to ask all of us on the call on technology?
So I'm just curious, what has been the toughest part for some of you to deal with pandemic? Right, as a journalist, I'm just curious because my conversations have been very limited with especially the senior level people. So the pandemic has impacted all of us. I think it has particularly impacted people like you who are kind of homebound and not being able to do normal things. So what has been the toughest part about pandemic? That's one question I definitely want to ask some of you.
Yeah, does anybody want to answer? Maybe somebody who went through COVID. Subhashji has been wanting to say for a while. Subhashji, go ahead.
Actually, I wanted to say about Ashiana. If you have time, we can talk about it, or we can come to pandemic.
हाँ,
Now that
pandemic पे
COVID
आते
is
हैं
over.
सुभाष जी, आशा ने बाद में बात कर लेंगे. Let's discuss about pandemic.
Pandemic. Okay, great. So I and my wife, actually we are living alone here in Gurgaon, and the pandemic was a very difficult period for us because my brother and his wife, they got corona. They got corona, and then we were not able to help them. I have living parents also, and my father, who is 95 years old, he also got corona, and we were not in a position to help them. They are living in Delhi, and we felt very, very helpless. And on top of it, you know, that oxygen was in short supply. I tried to get some oxygen also for them. And in my wife's side, his brother, son, he got corona, and finally he unfortunately died. So it was in our family were affected. And also when we were alone here, we were all the time in worry that what happens if we get corona. So we almost, paranoid going out of the house, or even we stopped going out, we stopped taking help, we stopped the help, and we started doing our own work, which was very, very difficult. So it was both physically, but more than physical, I think the mental, because we were very worried that what happens if we get the corona. And also we were not able to help our near dear when they got corona. So it was, of course, when you came out with the isolation center, and then you came out with the facility of program that doctors can be contacted, and a program came for the corona patient. So that was very, very soothing, and it gave us some relief that there is somebody who can help us. So that's our experience.
Thank you, Subhash ji. Anybody
Can I
else
say
wanted to?
something?
Yeah,
Can I
Praveen
say
aunty, go
something?
ahead.
Yeah.
Praveen aunty, go ahead.
So
And
I
then we
want
will go
to,
to Bambri uncle.
I want to answer her technology part of it.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, अगर ये technology नहीं होती तो मैं मोह में नहीं होती. Firstly, why? Because I was to fly to US on 17th, and I was stopped because there was so much of chaos going on in USA also. So, you know, suddenly when you are mentally prepared to meet and go to your children, and I'm staying all alone here. I lost my husband 11 years back. So I'm all alone here. So it was like a shock in my life. What will I do? How will I survive with this pandemic? No one is here to look after me. You know, the biggest shock of my life at that time. And I was literally depressed, very badly depressed. कि मुझे कुछ हो गया तो बस मुझे तो मेरा बेटा वहां से क्रिमिनेशन के लिए भी नहीं लेके जा सकता. So it was very, very bad. And one day I was just going through, now again technology part comes in my life, that I was going through the Facebook and I saw Emoha, where I found that they said कि जो लोग अकेले हैं, they can come become our members. So this is how I enrolled myself into Emoha. And when they started talking to me after a month or so, but they take time to develop all that. So after that, till today, I don't know what fear is. I am so blessed to be a part of Emoha. I found so many good friends out here, such a beautiful family of so many people. You know, they are out for helping you for at any time in this thing. And सबसे ज़्यादा प्यारी बात ये है कि हमारे जो CEO जी हैं, वो सबसे क्यूट वन. वो तो हमेशा ही रेडी रहते हैं कि
प्रवीण आंटी, मैंने सुना है कुछ न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स से खबर आई है कि आपने और कुछ लोगों ने खूब सारी पार्टी की है अभी पीछे और इनवाइट नहीं किया था सीईओ को. तो ये फोरम में तो आप बोल देते हैं कि सीईओ एंड ऑल दैट पर इनवाइट नहीं करते हैं. आई विल हैव अ वन ऑन वन विद यू सेपरेटली ऑन दिस.
I told them next party because it was so immediately हुआ. There was a chaos.
Malini, this is so sweet. This
Nahi,
is
you
so
are in
sweet
my
that
always.
Paveen auntie and I will not name couple of the other people on the call who were part of this party and get together. But Ritu updated me. And
Yeah, I know, I
ये
know.
इतनी खुशी की बात है that technology allowed a couple
Yes.
of elders
So
to get
this
in
is,
touch with them, become
yeah,
close friends.
big part of technology in my life, where I am now attached to so many people on the phone, on the Zoom, everywhere, on a call. I know that should something happen to me, I just have to
Nice.
switch on that red button in my phone and there will be people around me. So my children out there are so happy about it. So now they say, Mama, whenever the flights are open, you come. I said, hold on, I'm very comfortable here. Don't worry about me. So, the things have changed like that. One day I was trying to go to my children and now I'm telling them to hold on. So because of technology, I can see them on the phone every day. I can talk to them. So technology has played a role in our life, but the best role was to get me attached to Emoha. Thank you. That's what I wanted.
No, Paveen auntie, it is more than you attaching to Emoha, it is Emoha attaching to you. We are all privileged to have each one of you as part of the community. And I think
So many beautiful and, people I have met, and we have all become such a big, good family, loving family for each other.
absolutely,
That's the best.
absolutely.
That's the
Bamri
best.
uncle wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Somanjit ji, for giving me the opportunity. I wanted to address Malini Goyal ji. आपने जो आशियाना की बात की थी, you talked about Ashiana. I got a friend there who forced me to join, and I never went there. In between, I am a chief coordinator of Senior Citizens Forum in Gurgaon. So I met Somanjit ji, and he called us in the office and showed, here is a program for senior elders, and I was quite impressed. I talked to my team, and we thought we will join one day. But then the pandemic issue was discussed. So I say, if in pandemic, if anything saved us, that is the Emoha. And how? Because it was 27th March when Modi ji announced, and Ritu's call came and said, this is what we are trying to introduce, more TV. Will you join us? I said, sure, why not? In the evening session, I joined, and only she said, once you sing a song, she knew me very well that I am fond of songs. So I started this project of Bollywood, and it was so hilarious that today people feel jealous of us and say that, what is this? You're not available. I said, if it is 8 o'clock, we have a physiotherapy session. If it is 12 o'clock, we have a dietitian session. If you call us at 5, we have a Bollywood type of session, singing songs, Antrakshi and so whatnot. So in pandemic, if anything has saved senior citizens who were attached with Emoha, it is only Emoha, Emoha and Emoha. Of course, Somanji's vision was known to me right from the day one. I appreciated. I decided to support him through and through. And till date, I am with Somanjit for any project he wants to introduce. And this Ashiana has went 2 steps down for me, for the simple reason, if I can enjoy sitting at my home, why should I leave my home?
Very right.
Thank you very much.
Soumya, I want to say one thing more. That, ma'am,
auntie.
the hidden treasures which they were in us. We had forgotten after getting married कि हमें कुछ आता भी है, सब कुछ भूल गए थे. All those things are coming out, like, college days. Oh, my masti and Gana, Bajana and all those talents. There are very talented people who are coming out, and, we have a lovely, lovely time. The whole day, how it goes, we don't know. So we are just enjoying. We are no more elders. Now we are youngsters. We have become young again.
So I know we are moving closer towards the end, but I promised Malini that she should have some takeaway for this session from being a very, very busy senior journalist in the country. Media is also changing. We started by talking about challenges that children face, and we covered certain points. We covered what are the kind of things taboo and so on. अखबार की दुनिया, हम कैसे न्यूज़ पढ़ते हैं, how do we read news, how do we read the beautiful articles that Malini and this beautiful profession of journalism brings to the table. Journalism is pretty much one of the most strongest pillars of the country, right? You know, and had it not been for journalism, then democracy would not survive. So what can we offer to Malini? What can we give, you know, your own reading habits, your own, the way you read newspaper? Can anybody give any suggestions? And Malini, would you like to ask a question to everybody on this panel? There, everybody here is avid readers, I can tell you that. Some of them are avid writers. So would you like to ask a question about
Yes, in
anything
fact,
on media and journalism?
I would want to ask, how do you get your news? And you still read newspaper, or have you moved on to online and you get most of your news from there? I'm just curious.
Does anybody?
Newspaper.
May I add here? May I
Yes,
answer this question?
go ahead. Go ahead.
I have been a very regular reader of newspaper, and I still do it. I spend about an hour on reading the newspaper. I read Economic Times and Times of India. Also, I used to listen the TV news, which I almost stopped because it is no more a TV news. It is a tamasha. I only hear India Today. I mean, I'm not advocating India Today, but I hear only India Today. However, on the YouTube, there are very good news channels like Cut the Clatter of Shekhar Gupta, which I regularly hear it, listen it, and it's very impartial and very knowledgeable.
So, is there anybody in this audience जिन्होंने newspaper छोड़ दिया? क्या यहाँ पे ऐसे कोई है जिन्होंने newspaper पढ़ना बंद कर दिया?
हाँ जी, मैंने भी छोड़ दिया।
मैंने
छोड़ दिया। No news.
इतना पढ़ के दिमाग खराब करने से बेटर है अपने मुंह में खुश रहो।
क्रिएटिव न्यूज आता था, सब छोड़ दिया।
So where do you get your news from?
There is
So
no pandemic.
Praveen aunty, Mandelwal uncle.
Can I say something?
Where do you get your news from? Where do you get your news from?
कुछ
Stop
नहीं लेने की
looking at-
जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती. We don't want any news. We only want news from a Moha that everything is fine and you are looked after, and that's it.
Very nice. Avinash uncle, please go
परवीन जी
ahead.
बहुत बिजी है, सुबह 7 बजे से लेकर
I
1:30 बजे तक।
know.
Yes, Avinash uncle, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to mention, please stop watching the news.
Yes.
It will aggravate you. You cannot contribute anything in it. You are neither a politician, nor a doctor, nor, you know, anyone who can contribute. Do it in your own way.
But Avinash uncle, what would you like to read?
I
What
agree
kind of
with
things would you
Avinash
like
ji.
to read?
Very well said. Very well said.
So, in the sense, Somajit, we've got so many things. Like people are talking about Afghanistan. What can you do? There are two sides to the place. You know, the news people channel, they make the news sensational. Otherwise, it will not sell. They keep on repeating the same thing. So you can twist things. At our age, we want our mind to be empty.
तो आप क्या पढ़ना चाहते हैं अविनाश uncle? Avinash uncle, let me just push the point. क्या, what would you like to read?
What
Be
is
happy.
happening?
Just be
I'm
happy.
reading good books. I'm reading very good books. I'm
Yeah.
writing what I should do. You know, when we have been taught from our childhood to improve our looks, go to the gym, do yoga. So those are physical attributes of looking good. No one told us to do mental gym, where our mind is getting stimulated and you converse. If you concentrate your thought process, if it is good, you'll feel positive. If you have a monkey mind, then you will feel negative. Why think you can't control? There's no heaven or hell. It's your thought process. If you look good,
Right.
good terms to
Malini,
people.
Malini, would you like to say something?
Yeah, one of the best things that has happened, that technology has enabled is, you know, today you have plenty of options. Like, I don't watch TV, but I listen to podcasts quite a bit. And you can pick podcasts what you want to do. Same thing with YouTube or whatever. So in today's world, I think we are, if you see the blessing in disguise, that you have options. आपको अखबार पढ़ना है, YouTube पे देखना है, Twitter पे देखना है, या फिर podcast देखना है, TV देखना, you have the option. You and choose, and you don't just pick and choose the medium. But suppose you are somebody who is only interested in sports. There is a way that you just watch sports and that's it. You don't want to get into the negativity of politics, right? Or you are somebody who is just interested in stock market, nothing else. So I think that is the big advantage of technology and changes in the media, that you have a choice and you can make that choice. Unlike in the past कि आपके पास अखबार आ रहा है या आपके पास एक टीवी चैनल है और वही देखना है. So and that option we can exercise our choices, right? And so that I think is for me from a media standpoint is a very important shift that has happened.
Correct.
मैडम हमारी लाइफ में तो देखो जी, ना तो हमने तालिबान को लड़ने जाना है और ना हमने कुछ और करने जाना है. हमने तो घर में बैठ के खाना बनाना है, मुहा में बैठ के गाने गाने हैं और एंजॉय करना है. और ये जो पेंडेमिक का सुन के बल्कि दिमाग खराब होके और लगता था हाय हमें कुछ हो गया. That day I got so worried, मेरे को थोड़ा सा वो हो गया साइनस की प्रॉब्लम और आ गया black fungus. Oh my God, I got so panicky. मुझे ही हो गई black fungus, and there was nothing, and these things sometimes weigh on your mind, so it's better to be away from such things. अपना मस्त रहो, खाओ पियो मस्त रहो. हमारा तो फंडा यही है.
Ranjana aunty has not spoken. Ranjana aunty, go ahead.
No, I am saying that it adds negativity. Should I say a few more words?
Go ahead, aunty.
At the time of pandemic, so many senior citizens, they had to face so many challenges because as it was a new virus, even doctors could not give proper answer what exactly the disease is and how to come out of it. So gradually, still now, people are asking after 2 vaccinations whether we need one more. So doctors are not able to answer anything. So it is the same, what doctors are having the position and ours is the same. But for us, now the challenge is after joining, particularly IMOHA, that we are passing a very good life. My children, my son, daughter-in-law, they were so worried because throughout my life, I was so busy with my own work. Now they were thinking, Mama is getting bored at home. So one day my son, he brought one number, Rahul Chadha. He said, Mama, somebody rang me. So you contact with this number. So before I could contact, he gave me a call and he explained me everything about this. So I thought, I don't know whether I'll be able to get any change in that. Now I have become so much attached with this IMOHA. I regularly take part in so many clubs are there. And I really, now they are asking me anything. I said, no, I have got one important information or whatever it is.
We will increase, Ranjana aunty, we will increase the number of programs over the day. आपको खाना भी साथ में खाते रहना पड़ेगा, breakfast भी.
हम बच्चों को तो बोलते रहते हैं कि टीवी देखते हुए खाना नहीं खाना.
Very good. Go ahead.
They were asking me, they were thinking I am getting bored. Now I said, no, I don't have time. I have got one presentation tomorrow and I am getting ready for that. So they become so happy that I am busy with something. And this is the thing that changes is there.
Yeah. So
all those challenges are no more. I just want to say.
I love the way Ranjana aunty summarized it, that all the challenges are no longer there. And it reminds me, thank you, Ranjana aunty. That was really sweet of you.
Welcome, Somajit.
Malini,
because of you only, Somajit.
No, it's not because of me. कहते हैं कि जो वो गार्डन होता है ना, जो गार्डन होता है, गार्डन में the mali does not make the flowers are made from upstairs, right? The gardener only puts the seeds and put some fertilizers and put some efforts, but he has no right to declare that the flowers are mine. All of you are the flowers, right? We at Imoha in the back end have only tried to do what we can, but the smiles and the flowers that you have created is not ours. It is shared. It is coming from upstairs.
माली तो आप हो।
नहीं,
I have a point.
But the flowers depend on
खुरपी में
what
काम
kind of.
करने वाले लोग हम लोग हैं. But coming back to Malini,
Sananda
coming back to you.
It's a different.
You can see Malini how active and vibrant our community is. All the time.
Yeah, but I just want to tell you one.
So
May I make a point?
Yes, Sen aunty, please. We'll
Somajit, you
go
are
to you and
owner
then
of the
close that.
garden.
Ananda.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir,
Sen aunty, go ahead.
only one thing I miss. I mean, in this pandemic, we are not able to visit. What we miss is our grandchildren or children. The presence of a child is so important to the grandmother and the grandfather. I mean, the behavior of the child or the way the child even plays with the Lego and whatever they are doing, if you just watch them and you learn so much from them with their questions and answers, that is a thing we are missing because my daughters are away. So the children are also far away.
No, I understand.
So how to bring children to Imoha?
We will discuss it separately. There's lots of plans of schools who want to participate and work with elders, and no other way than having both ends of the spectrum, children and elders, spend time with each other. But
that is a source of enjoyment.
Absolutely.
It is a source of enjoyment, and I mean, we can't bring the children on Zoom, can we?
Of course, I'm just conscious of time. I think in the interest of time,
you and Ritu are both the gardeners of this Imoha family. Let me tell you, you're both
my
like
pleasure.
gardeners.
So just to kind of conclude, ladies and gentlemen, just to summarize, I think we've had a very beautiful session. I had requested Malini for 1 hour. I know we've stretched a little bit more. Malini, over to you to your concluding thoughts. Anything that you would like to share? I can only say that it's such a privilege to have you on the show. Elder Hour as a concept means making that one call every day so that your parents feel good. And that one little call makes a difference, and that is what Imoha kind of wants to do, to make a difference in the life of an elder. You have been a wonderful daughter yourself, and in my own one-on-one conversations with yourself, I can see the I can see the mohabbat that is there between you and your parents, which has made you take those calls. How would you like to leave us with thoughts?
Thanks so much, Somajit, and lovely to sort of catch up with you all and see another world, right? As a journalist, there is this business world that I look at. So this adds another perspective to it, and thoroughly enjoyed the conversation, Somajit. And a lot of takeaways for me in terms of technology, media, all that. But thanks so much for inviting me. And I'm sure Imoha fits into a lot of new age product and services that we need today. So, while India is a young nation, we have a very significant population, if you see in millions, right? And I think we should begin to think about their needs and their product and services, and how companies can aggregate the community there and cater to them. So I definitely see an Imoha as a good step in that direction. The kind of sounding sort of endorsement you are getting from there is kind of understood that. So thanks so much again for everybody for joining in. It was a pleasure catching up with you all.
No, I think the pleasure is all ours, Malini. And I have seen over the years how journalism and awareness perhaps is the one and the most important thing. And it is not about Imoha, it is not about elder care services, it is all for the elders, because we have in the speed and the interest of taking care of the 350 million youngsters of the country, somewhere forgotten the power and the importance of our elders. Absolutely. And we say elders first is a ritual and a culture and a religion at Imoha. It's not for just saying elders first. It's because when an elder, passes away, we have so many elders who passed away during COVID. Some of them were part of Imoha ourselves. I miss them. I miss them every day. These are elders who are libraries. They, like the library, the book library that is right behind you, Malini. I can see the beautiful bookshelves. Every elder is like a book library, right? And so how we can make that library more beautiful, more effective, it is with senior journalists like yourself and your contribution and your support that everybody benefits. Elders become more relevant for mainstream journalism. And so thank you so much. Thanks for
Thanks
the
again.
wonderful way you cover this. Thanks for spending time with us, and looking
Thanks.
forward to keeping on inviting you in such sessions.
Absolutely. Look forward, Swamiji. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Malini.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
Malini. Thank
You
you
all
so
have a
much.
good
Thank
evening.
you. It was
We'll
a
catch
very
up
nice
again.
evening.
Thanks, Amajit.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Renu
so
auntie.
much.
God
Thank you,
bless you,
Safsarji.
Swamiji.
Thank you.
Really, we are
Bye-bye.
very much,
Bye.
you know,
Yeah.
we
Take
don't
Thank
have
you,
the
Swamiji.
words.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.